client said to me recently, I feel like I'm hitting a brick wall. We've tried everything. We've talked about it over and over. They know what the expectations are. They said that this is it, this is what they want. Still, I feel like nothing's changing. We've all struggled with something like this at some point in our lives. The potential of something doesn't quite fit the reality. We hold on to this fantasy of if they could just, then it would be perfect. And this is the internal struggle, right? Because I say this with love, it's got nothing to do with the other person. When we keep focusing on the potential of what could be, we're actually resisting the truth of what is. So we work harder, we pour more energy into it, thinking that this will be the time. This is what's going to help them change. But the brick wall will always be there. Staying at the wall is our refusal of grief, because we think that persistence is love, but it's actually just feeding our resistance. We are willing to love somebody, then it means that we are willing to accept them. And that means that we actually have to grieve the version of them that we thought existed. This is the scary part for most of us, because we think that grief means giving up. But grief isn't actually losing something. I think it's the opposite. It's actually an invitation to go inwards and look inside ourselves to see what needs tending to. What parts of ourselves have we been trying to avoid or distract from? Grief can be a difficult emotion, so let's take a moment to rest and just see what's there. I'm going to come to lie down. But you can do this anywhere that's comfortable, whether that's in your chair, in your car, on the floor. Wherever you are, let the back of your head be really supported. Let your shoulders drop a little bit more. Let whatever weight your shoulders have been carrying slide right off into the surface beneath you. Notice your hands. This might be where we grip a lot over that feeling of control. That feeling of holding on, holding it all together, because it feels like if we don't, all the balls are going to drop. And the thing is, it's not your job to keep juggling all of these things. It's not your job to hold it all together all the time for everyone. You cannot. If you're exhausted, allow yourself to take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Let the top row of teeth and the bottom row of teeth part. Feel any tension in the jaw start to release. All of the words unsaid, release. Take a deep breath into your belly, hold it, and exhale. Feel the right side of the neck soften. Feel the left side of the neck soften. Feel the front part of the throat start to relax. And feel the back of the neck start to relax. Notice the center of the forehead where you hold all the worry in the world. Let yourself look into this space a little bit. I used to worry so much about controlling how others perceived me because I could not control how I felt about myself. All the ways that I didn't belong. All the ways that I was wrong. All the ways that I fell short. And then I would be loud about the things I had done, hoping they would hide my shortcomings. I would get angry easily, especially if I was drunk, because I was so angry with all the times I had stayed quiet, all the times I couldn't stand up for myself. I would use drugs to help me become extroverted because I was so deeply ashamed of my introversion. I would jump in to fix other people's problems because I thought this would prove my value, that I was useful. And so that I wouldn't have to look at all the ways I was being dishonest in my own life. All of this I held in my body for years. And when I started to notice how I could relax my shoulders, that would signal to my brain that I had permission to relax. If I could relax my chest, then that would give me permission to just allow others to be as they were. I no longer felt like what they did had any outcome over my own safety. I no longer felt like what they said had any consequence to what I chose for myself. I first learned how to feel safe in my own body, and then everything else just kind of followed. Honesty feels impossible at first, but then it becomes the clear answer for every problem that my mind could come up with. If the mind tried to come up with 100 problems and 100 probable solutions, I would just say, stop. Get honest with yourself. What do you really need? Over and over again, this is what the heart asks for. If this feels comfortable, bring one hand over the heart and just feel your heartbeat. Letting go becomes easier when it's no longer about the uncertainty that we'll have to face, but the honesty that we want to bring into this relationship with ourselves. And then over time, we allow this to reflect into all the relationships around us. Rest here for as long as you need. Coming back to the heart over and over again. Remembering that this connection is always just one breath away. One more deep breath in and long breath out. Good. Thank you for doing this with me. Thank you for taking this time for yourself. And I'll see you in the next one.